Ladies and gentlemen, I have one statement that can change your life forever. Your breakthrough, your wealth, your success, everything you're looking for is hidden inside a problem. Think about this. Why do companies exist? Why do billionaires rise? It's because they solve a problem. If you have ever complained about something, congratulations. You just discovered a business opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is how they see problems. Most people complain about difficulties, avoid challenges, and hope that life gets easier. But the truth is, every great business, every successful invention, and every major breakthrough in history came because someone saw a problem and decided to solve it. Take a moment and look around you. The phone in your hand, the chair you're sitting on, the clothes you wear, every single thing was created to solve a problem. Someone saw a need, an inconvenience, or a frustration and took action. The richest people in the world are not those who worked the hardest physically, but those who found a problem and built a solution around it. Think about something as simple as bottled water. Years ago, no one imagined paying for water in a bottle. Water was free, flowing from taps, rivers, and wells. But someone saw a problem. Clean drinking water was not always available everywhere. They packaged it, marketed it, and now the bottled water industry is worth billions? It wasn't magic. It was just a problem turned into a business. Uber was created because people struggled with expensive and unreliable taxis. Airbnb was born because people wanted affordable and flexible travel accommodations. Amazon became a giant because people wanted a more convenient way to shop without leaving their homes. All these businesses came from problems that millions of people faced daily. The ones who built these businesses didn't complain. They saw the opportunity hidden in the struggle. The challenge most people face is that they are too focused on the discomfort a problem brings instead of looking at the possibility it creates. When you see a long line at a store, you feel frustrated, but a visionary sees a chance to create a faster checkout system. When someone struggles with weight loss, they might get discouraged, but a business-minded person sees an opportunity to create fitness programs, healthy meal plans, or weight loss coaching services. Opportunities are everywhere, but they don't always look like opportunities. They come disguised as problems, inconveniences, and frustrations. The key is to train your mind to stop running from problems and start analyzing them. Instead of saying, "I hate this," start asking, "How can I fix this?" The moment you shift your thinking, you unlock a world of possibilities. The best part is that you don't need to invent something completely new. You just need to improve what already exists or bring a unique solution to an existing problem. The greatest businesses didn't always start from scratch. They often just made things better. Facebook wasn't the first social network, but it improved the way people connected online. Tesla didn't invent the electric car, but it made it desirable and efficient. Right now, as you read this, there is a problem in your life, your community, or the world that you are uniquely designed to solve. Your future success depends on whether you see it as an obstacle or as an opportunity. Wealth is directly connected to solving problems. The most successful individuals and businesses in history did not become wealthy by chance. They became wealthy because they identified a need and provided a solution. Money flows where problems are solved. The bigger the problem, the greater the reward. Think about it. Why do people pay for anything? Because they need something. Whether it's food, transportation, housing, technology, or entertainment, every transaction happens because someone is paying to solve a problem. When you go to a restaurant, you're paying for the convenience of having a meal prepared for you. When you buy a car, you're solving the problem of transportation. When you subscribe to a streaming service, you're solving the problem of boredom or limited access to entertainment. Every industry exists because of a problem that needed a solution. The wealthiest people in the world didn't just work hard, they worked smart by addressing needs. Jeff Bezos saw a problem. People wanted a more convenient way to shop. He created Amazon, and now it's one of the biggest companies in the world. Elon Musk saw a problem, the need for sustainable energy and better transportation. He created Tesla and SpaceX, and his innovations have changed industries. Oprah Winfrey saw a problem. People needed inspiration and meaningful conversations. She built a media empire by providing content that connected with millions. The more significant the problem you solve, the greater the financial rewards. A doctor earns a high salary because they solve critical health problems. A lawyer earns a high fee because they solve complex legal issues. A software developer gets paid well because they solve digital and technological challenges. The pattern is simple. The bigger the problem, the higher the value, and the more people are willing to pay. This is why focusing on adding value is more important than focusing on making money. If your primary goal is just to make money, you will struggle. But if your goal is to solve problems and add value, money will naturally follow. The people who become financially free are not those who chase money. They are those who chase solutions. They look at the world and ask, what is missing? What is frustrating people? What can be done better? Once they find an answer, they create a service or product that meets that need, and wealth follows. The key is to start looking at problems differently. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, see them as opportunities to create value. Every complaint, every frustration, every inconvenience is a business waiting to happen. Most people ignore problems or complain about them, but those who take action and provide solutions build wealth. Your financial future is not determined by luck, background, or connections. It is determined by your ability to recognize and solve problems. If you want to increase your income, increase the size of the problems you solve. The world rewards those who bring solutions, and the more problems you solve, the more wealth you will create. You were born with a solution to a problem. Every person on this planet has a unique set of gifts, skills, and talents that are designed to address a specific need. The challenge is that most people go through life without realizing this. They spend their time working jobs they don't love, doing things that don't inspire them, and wondering why they feel stuck. But the truth is, your success, your fulfillment, and even your wealth are hidden inside the problem you were created to solve. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't just stumble upon greatness. They discovered their gift, aligned it with a problem, and used it to create solutions. Every doctor, engineer, artist, entrepreneur, and leader became successful because they tapped into their abilities and used them to meet a need. The same applies to you. There is something inside you that the world is waiting for. There is a solution within you that people are willing to pay for. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that success comes from copying others. They see someone making money in a particular industry and immediately try to do the same thing without asking themselves if it aligns with their strengths. But true success comes from identifying the problems you are naturally equipped to solve. If you are great at communicating, maybe your solution is in writing, speaking, or media. If you have a talent for fixing things, your solution might be in engineering or problem-solving industries. If you are passionate about health, your purpose might be in fitness, nutrition, or medicine. Your gifts are clues to the problems you were designed to solve. The reason many people feel unfulfilled is that they are not operating in their true calling. They are working in areas that do not align with their natural abilities. But when you begin to focus on using your strengths to solve problems, everything changes. Work no longer feels like a burden. You wake up excited because you know that what you do matters. You attract success because you are operating in your zone of genius. One powerful way to discover the problem you were born to solve is to look at what frustrates you the most. What issue do you see in the world that bothers you deeply? What problem do you constantly think about fixing? That frustration is often a sign of the solution you are meant to provide. Many of the world's greatest businesses were started because someone was tired of seeing a problem go unsolved. They didn't wait for someone else to fix it. They stepped up and created the answer. Where you don't need to wait for permission to start solving problems. The moment you recognize your gifts and align them with a need, you step into a life of purpose and success. The world is full of problems, but that means the world is also full of opportunities. And the greatest opportunity of all is realizing that you were created with everything you need to bring solutions that will change lives. People don't pay for struggles, they pay for solutions. This simple truth is the foundation of every successful business, career, and financial breakthrough. The world does not reward effort alone, it rewards results. No matter how hard someone works, if they are not solving a problem, they will always struggle financially. But the moment they shift their focus from working hard to working smart by providing real solutions to real problems, everything changes. Look around you. Every business that exists today thrives because it provides a solution to something people need. Whether it's a product, a service, or an experience, people are willing to exchange their money for something that makes their life easier, better, or more enjoyable. A mechanic is paid because they solved the problem of broken down cars. A doctor is paid because they solved the problem of sickness. A fashion designer is paid because they solve the problem of clothing and self-expression. Even entertainers, athletes, and influencers are paid because they solve the problem of boredom and provide inspiration. The key is not just to work hard, but to work in a way that creates value for others. One major mistake people make is assuming that just because they put in effort, they deserve success. But effort alone is not enough. The world is full of people who work hard every day yet struggle to make ends meet. The missing piece is understanding that hard work must be directed towards solving problems that people care about. It is not about how much you do, it is about how much value you create. When you focus on providing solutions, money becomes a byproduct of your impact. The reason people are willing to pay for solutions is simple: convenience and necessity. People will always pay to remove pain, inconvenience, or discomfort from their lives. That is why services like food delivery, ride-sharing, and online shopping have become billion-dollar industries. They save people time and effort. The same principle applies to any field. If you can make something easier, faster, or better for people, they will gladly pay you for it. One of the greatest examples of this is the tech industry. Companies like Google, Apple, and Microsoft didn't just create products. They created solutions. Google made finding information effortless. Apple made technology simple and beautiful. Microsoft made computing accessible to the masses. None of these companies were focused on just selling products. They were focused on making life easier, and in return, they built massive wealth. If you want to increase your income, start asking yourself one question: what problem can I solve for others? The bigger the problem you solve, the more people will be willing to pay you. Instead of chasing money, chase impact. Money follows those who create value. That's why the most successful people in any industry are not necessarily the ones who work the hardest, but the ones who solve the most valuable problems. If you can identify a need, create a solution, and serve people with excellence, you will never have to worry about money again. Crisis creates innovation. Some of the greatest businesses and breakthroughs in history were born out of difficult times, moments of uncertainty, and economic downturns. When things go wrong, most people panic, complain, or wait for circumstances to change. But visionaries, entrepreneurs, and problem solvers see crisis differently. They see it as an opportunity to think differently, create new solutions, and build something that didn't exist before. Every major crisis exposes weaknesses in existing systems, industries, and ways of life. It reveals inefficiencies and gaps that need to be filled. Those who recognize these gaps and create solutions are the ones who succeed. Think about some of the biggest companies in the world today. Many of them were created during economic recessions or moments of global uncertainty. Airbnb was launched during the 2008 financial crisis when people were struggling to afford expensive hotels. Uber was created because traditional taxi services were inefficient and unreliable. Zoom became a necessity during the pandemic when remote work and virtual communication was suddenly required for survival. These companies didn't just survive a crisis, they thrived because they provided solutions at the right time. History proves that crisis forces people to innovate. During the Great Depression, new industries emerged because people needed to adapt to a struggling economy. During World War II, technological advancements in aviation, medicine, and manufacturing changed the world forever. In recent years, digital transformation has accelerated because businesses were forced to adapt to new realities. The internet, social media, e-commerce, and countless other innovations were all responses to problems that needed solutions. The key to turning crisis into opportunity is learning how to think differently. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, ask yourself, what new needs are emerging? What problems are people facing that didn't exist before? How can I create value in the middle of uncertainty? The people who win during a crisis are not the ones who sit back and wait for things to get better. They are the ones who take action, adapt, and create something new. One of the biggest reasons crisis creates innovation is that it forces people out of their comfort zones. When everything is stable, people tend to stick with what's familiar. But when things change, suddenly, creativity and problem-solving become a necessity. That's when new ideas are born. Many of the most successful entrepreneurs started their businesses during difficult times because they had no other choice but to think differently. They were forced to find new ways to generate income, meet customer needs, and stay relevant. The truth is, every crisis brings hidden opportunities. While some people see uncertainty as a reason to give up, others see it as the perfect time to create something valuable. The difference between success and failure is perspective. If you can train yourself to see challenges as opportunities instead of roadblocks, you will always be in a position to innovate and grow. The next time a crisis comes, don't panic. Look for the opportunity hidden inside it, because history has shown us time and time again, crisis creates innovation. Stop complaining, start creating. The difference between people who succeed and those who struggle is not their background, resources, or education, it's their mindset. Most people spend their lives complaining about what's wrong, what's missing, and what's unfair. But successful people don't waste time on complaints. They use that energy to create solutions. Every complaint is a sign that something needs to change, and that change can become an opportunity for success. Think about how often people complain in daily life. They complain about long lines, expensive services, bad customer experiences, or products that don't work well. But what if instead of complaining, they started asking, how can this be better? Every frustration you experience is a clue that something is missing, and that missing piece is a potential business idea, invention, or innovation. The most successful businesses were built by people who refused to accept things as they were and decided to create something better. Take Thomas Edison, for example. Instead of complaining about the darkness at night, he invented the light bulb. Instead of complaining about slow communication, Alexander Graham Bell created the telephone. Henry Ford didn't just complain about expensive and inefficient transportation, he revolutionized the automobile industry. Today, we enjoy the benefits of their creativity because they chose to solve problems instead of simply pointing them out. The same principle applies to everyday life. Instead of complaining about your job, find a way to create value in your field and position yourself for growth. Instead of complaining about the lack of opportunities, look for gaps in the market where you can provide a solution. Instead of complaining about not having enough money, develop skills or a business that allows you to generate income. Complaining keeps you stuck, but creation moves you forward. A major reason people stay trapped in their struggles is that they focus on what they don't have instead of what they can create. They see obstacles instead of opportunities. But the truth is, everything you need to succeed is already within you. Your ideas, your talents, and your ability to solve problems are all tools that can change your life. The moment you stop seeing problems as barriers and start seeing them as business opportunities, your entire perspective shifts. The world rewards creators, not complainers. People don't pay for complaints, they pay for solutions. No one becomes successful by just pointing out what's wrong. They become successful by fixing it. Every business, every product, and every service exists because someone saw a problem and decided to take action. That same opportunity is available to you. The next time you feel frustrated about something, don't complain, analyze it. Ask yourself, is there a way to improve this? Can I create something that solves this problem? The moment you make that mental shift, you move from being a victim of circumstances to being a creator of solutions. And the more problems you solve, the more valuable you become. Success is not about what happens to you. It's about what you create with what you have. Every problem is a business waiting to happen. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is not their resources or background. It's their ability to see problems as opportunities instead of obstacles. The world does not reward complaints. It rewards solutions. Wealth, success, and impact are directly connected to solving real problems for real people. History has proven that every great invention, every thriving business, and every revolutionary idea was born out of someone's decision to fix what was broken, whether it's technology, healthcare, transportation, or everyday conveniences. The world is shaped by those who refuse to accept things as they are and choose to create something better. Crisis is not a time to panic. It is a time to innovate. The biggest breakthroughs happen when people rise above fear and take action to fill the gaps exposed by challenges. You were born with the ability to solve problems. Inside you is a unique gift, talent, or idea that can change lives and create success. But the key is to stop complaining and start creating. The next time you see something that frustrates you, don't ignore it, analyze it. Ask yourself, how can this be better? What solution can I provide? The moment you shift from seeing problems as roadblocks to seeing them as stepping stones, your entire life changes. The greatest opportunities are hidden in the challenges we often avoid. Those who recognize this truth and take action are the ones who shape the future. Don't wait for someone else to fix the problem. You are the answer. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Because the world is waiting for the solution that only you can bring.